Alright. I'm feeling the empower going, Good night, ladies and gentlemen. It's your brother Bolo here, and you're here with another one. Smash that like button. Beat it up. Pop, 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 pop. Just beat up the like button. Share the live with as much people as possible. And for those that want the Magnitsky app, link me up because we have to fight corruption and we have to fight corruption and human rights violation. Ladies and gentlemen, what is wrong with Christopher Tufton? These are the things. It's the same playbook, You must wonder what Bolo talk about. Christopher Tufton, ladies and gentlemen, was in the news. Let us play the tape. Let us play the tape. Make we play the tape. Make we play the tape.
Responsibility for procurement breaches at the University Hospital of the West Indies. Dr. Tufton says blame rests squarely with those who deal with procurement at the health facility.
More than a week. So he's doing the same thing where Flight Green I do. When you see how long Christopher Tufton come, if he can answer and come make statement, blame rests for the people in my facility who deal with procurement. When you hear this, when you hear Christopher Tufton, Jamaica Uno is going to accept this. Kimon, what's up, my baby? Feby, big up. Uno is going to accept this. Alicia, what's up, Alicia? You guys are going to accept this?
Week after the Auditor General's report exposed serious breaches at the University Hospital of the West Indies, public concern continues to mount. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, who appointed a committee to investigate the findings, is now facing intense criticism. Despite this, Dr. Tufton is distancing himself from the fallout, saying the matter is complex and rooted in long-standing systematic challenges.
Free media is
long-standing, systematic. Oh my God, thank you, baby. Mwah, mwah. Long-standing, systematic issues. How long are they in the government? Eh? How long are you in the government? What kind of long-standing issue, Christopher Tufton? What kind of long-standing? The man not no shame, Feby. Feby, and then him hear how him go attack free media now. Hear this. Hear this. This is the same playbook. Hear this.
Filled with distractions, and unfortunately,
free media have distractions. Yo, man, I tell us, brother. Yo, John Star. Who, Father God, please come take your case. Me I beg you now. Me I beg you, Father God. Me I beg you, please. Father God, remove these parasites from out of Jamaica. Please, Father God, we need you. We need you. There's no way. These people is asking. Yo, wherever they come from, man. Yo, Jaja. Yo, Mr. Bex, yo, me not tell no lie. Yo, Christopher Tufton just, the man insipid, the man come like pies into blouse and skirt. Yo, when you leave, man, the man want pies in our country, brother. The man is the man bridging them there UWI from Manchester High School. Right? Sure, sis, something else, sis. Me there upon the life, something else. Me gonna send you something else. More one case. One a good case them, you understand? Yeah. No sir. Yo, brother. Yo, I'm afraid to even react to that. Yo, your man make me spirit I get upset, brother. I'm not telling no lie. Yo, me don't want to hear nothing else from him, you know. You don't believe me? Me don't want to hear nothing else from Christopher Tufton. I swear to God. Like I don't even have the, I don't have it. If me hear him voice, it upset me. I mean, I have never heard this guy take accountability. I've never heard it. I have never heard Christopher Tufton take accountability for what is happening in his portfolio. I've never heard it. The highest paid individual out of everybody with the most excuse. Have you ever heard it, TikTok? Have you guys ever heard Christopher Tufton take responsibility for anything that goes wrong in the ministry of health? Have you ever heard any, bro? Man, listen, I didn't even know that I was I didn't even come for that, you know. That's not why I came live, you know. I never came for Christopher Tufton, you know. I'm in a group, you know, and somebody put it in the group, you know. I'm gonna say, what is this? I'm gonna go listen. I'm gonna say, Jesus, just listening. Just listening. I said, no. Nah, he did not say that. He did not. There's no way. No, he didn't. He really did that, huh?
More than a week after the Auditor General's report exposed serious breaches at the University Hospital of the West Indies, public concern continues to mount. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, who appointed a committee to investigate the findings, is now facing intense criticism. Despite this, Dr. Tufton is distancing himself from the fallout, saying the matter is complex and rooted in long-standing systematic challenges.
Free media is filled with distractions, and unfortunately it's an opportunity for persons to comment and to pursue their ambitions.
Dr. Tufton says those responsible for procurement are the ones who should be held accountable.
For example, you have a development program for the University Hospital that started at the University of the West Indies. The resources were provided to support the design of a new building, as a case in point. That resource was determined through another institution, government in the Caribbean, and was administered through the University of the West Indies. So what we need to do is to assess in its totality against the report how these layers of authority work.
In the meantime, Dr. Tufton says he is actively working to address the internal issues highlighted in the report as investigations continue.
I have to allow that process to take its course, and I've given that committee 4 months, and they have graciously agreed. And I think in the meantime, what we need to do is to support the operations of the university, which is a very critical institution for training of healthcare workers, for research in healthcare, and of course, we're providing tertiary level, higher level service in terms of patient care. And we always have to give that institution that support while we work on some of the other issues.
Kerry-Ann Simpson, TVJ News.
Yo, my blood a boil, bro. My blood a boil. I can't even speak right now. There's just so much. It's going to be interesting to hear from Mr. Wayne Lonesome tomorrow morning. It's going to be interesting to hear from Andre Stevens. It's going to be interesting to hear from a lot of people regarding reacting to this particular foolishness that this man just said a while ago. The man attacked social media subtly, you know. He attacked Dr. Dawes, you know, calling it a distraction, you know. without calling his name. I want enough to listen, you know. I want to listen good, you know. Listening, you know. He was very guarded with his words, you know, but if you listen to him, you know, listen to him.
Rooted in long-standing systematic challenges.
Free media is filled with distractions, and
Free media is filled with distractions. Free media. Distractions. Free media is talking about everything in the report, but he labeled it as a distraction. The serious conversations that we're having about how things actually affect the people when we go to the hospital. That is what he attacks, you know. His first statement, you know, is about free media. He would have much rather nobody knew about this. And it would have never been addressed. And the system just run like how them want if you run and just keep fun. Listen to me. The man is distancing himself. Isn't he one of the Manchester boys? But he wants to distance himself. It took them one whole week to come up with this. One whole week. We are watching you, Andrew Wallace, Christopher Tufton. We are watching you guys. And telling us that we should support the UHWI. Under what condition? Sick in the head, man. Come on from the screen, man. Man, upset my spirit. You mean nothing why you not know him upset. Sir, Lord, yo. Anyway, MOCA. Good day, MOCA. CTAC, FNID, JCF, JDF. What go on with UNO? That's how me want to know. What really are going on? I have to go to a word and a verse. This serious. A word and a verse. No, sir. Oh. Wait.
This basically is to raise an alarm. This is to raise an alarm to the people of Jamaica that this matter is untenable. We will not allow the reprobate lifestyle to take over our schools and by extension our communities and our nation. We couldn't care who is involved and who is not involved. We treat them as Goliaths. We treat them as the Sanballats, Tobias, the Hivites, the Amalekites, the Midianites, and so on. But there is one weapon that we have. And of course, one sovereign warrior whose name is Jehovah El Gibor, in and through Jesus the Christ, the Son of the living God. He has never lost a battle. And he has given us the mandate to go out and be salt and light. Jamaica shall not capitulate to the beast through the reprobate lifestyle or any of the other vices. And we are making that clear. Not under our watch. This basically is to raise an alarm. This is to raise an alarm to the people of Jamaica that this matter is untenable.
You hear what go on? Man, them attack his schools, them boy, put condom in a school, encourage you them to get involved in all type of something.
It's thank you very much. And also the situation we really this requires immediate, urgent attention and
you know, I've never heard Apostle Shuttleworth stammer. The man is so angry, the man is stammering. Did you guys hear that a while ago?
It's this requires
he
immediate,
He
urgent
is pissed.
attention and
He is pissed.
action from every well-thinking citizen in Jamaica, every parent in Jamaica, every teacher in Jamaica. If you really love our children and want to have a bright, prosperous future, and more importantly, if you want to be in good graces with God, if you want Jamaica to be in good graces with God, it is critical. So it's past a crisis.
Hi, Velma.
And it was escalated. The matter was escalated yesterday. Those of you who are listening. And so the special report, which was aired earlier, just in case you missed it, we're going to share it. And then the next voice you will hear will be that of Pastor Buckland. We treat this matter very seriously, as we would with a literal virus outbreak. It's a spiritual virus, obviously, and must be treated as such.
Is a special report from the TBC newsroom in collaboration with Freedom Come Reign newspaper. Rampant and normalized. That's how one guidance counselor has described the prevalence of same-sex relationships in schools across Jamaica. Checks with other guidance counselors and educators have confirmed this reality in some of the country's top high schools. The teachers have asked that their identities be kept confidential, but high school teachers who spoke to Freedom Come Reign newspaper said that both the students and staff members who refuse to condone the homosexual lifestyles are labeled homophobic. The children sometimes video themselves engaging in varying sexual activities and are often backed by parents who chastise educators for wanting to prevent their children from exploring.
Wow.
When the videos are brought to the attention of school administrators, advocates from known LGBTQ lobby groups generally attend disciplinary meetings on behalf of the students and threaten lawsuits.
What?
The widespread exposure to pornography and content from other countries, such as the USA, where homosexuality is accepted, has resulted in many local children becoming more accepting of the LGBTQ lifestyle. Students are also being targeted by Jamaican-based gay lobby organizations that promote their messages at central locations where students...
Listen, if a student needed proper representation for something constructive, you know, so they want to get it. But for kids practice, for them to push sexual immorality, and the kids them putting condom in schools and them sorry. I thought it was just condom in schools. The thing worked. No wonder the apostle stammer. Yo, it's not even. Listen, I wouldn't even want to grow my kids in Jamaica right now. I can't tell you that. Me, this is not the Jamaica I know, that I love. I would never even want to grow my kids in Jamaica. What is the difference between Jamaica and these other countries? Where's the standard? Where's that thing that separated us? We just have to follow everybody thing. You won't even like to grow and pick them at Jamaica no more, I swear. What are you doing, Selvanev? I wouldn't even like to, bro. Facts. Right? How can you push these things on children? And then groups is gonna come to certain lawsuit. Oh, you know y'all is the devil. Oh, you guys are the devil. You groups that are come with this foolishness, you guys are the devil. Bolo said that. Anybody where you push this, you know the devil. You shouldn't even push girl and boy, no form of sexual immorality shouldn't even push in high school and endorse it. You guys are the devil. Just let us be clear.
before and after
Wow.
school. This is a part of a global agenda to groom and indoctrinate
Of
young
course.
children into the lifestyle.
Yes.
Parents are admonished to continue teaching their children traditional Judeo-Christian values, which mandates the sexual relationships between a married man and
Of
woman
course.
as God's divine design.
Married man and woman. Thank you. The government is fulfilling the Samoa Agreement. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Trying to erase our culture. Ding, 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 ding. You're going to hear them come out and say that this is a lie. No, man, Jamaica black side come. No, listen. Disaster affected Jamaica. No, man, I tell you. If I had any doubt that the prophetic timeline for Jamaica get judgment through disaster, natural disaster, if I had any doubt about it, this erase all doubt. No, yeah, they just asking for God to give us an ass whooping. They are just asking for God to give us an ass whooping, bro. The man them are raise up the wrath of God for the country, brother. My goodness.
Lead pastor at Metro City Church, Jeremy Shashaw, gave the following advice during the church's Real Talk podcast.
We need to start young. We need to start young. The world has an agenda. It is striking to me that I'll even talk to Christian people and they'll go, there's no agenda. And I'm like, are you crazy?
What?
You have to have your head buried in sand, right? To not realize that the LGBT community says that we have a set of values and we are pushing that into culture.
Yes.
It is declared that they want to teach kids not just tolerance, but absolute acceptance of all things sexual, all things, you know.
It's
Yo, judgment I come to Jamaica here. I ain't no prophet, but I can tell you that. Oh, it's gonna be swift. All right, it's gonna be swift and painful. That's all I know. It's not gonna be nice, man. It's not gonna be nice. Nah, this is it. This is it. This is it. Oh my God, I can't believe these people, bro. Oh my God, like they really don't have any fear of God. Like they really don't have any fear of God. Jesus. Wow. Oh yeah, we are definitely wow. Yeah, it's over for us, man. This country, boy. Yeah, we going down a deadly path, boy. We going down a deadly, deadly path. Deadly, deadly path. Right?
And so I'm speaking to members of the security forces. We're about to step into that realm, and it's going to happen suddenly. We're not far from it. It can happen any moment now. And when it happens,
Yeah, I feel them community a drive a Labour Party, of course. Them full up in a Labour Party. Them full up in the lodge.
no one will be safe. You hear what I just said? I'm not giving security advice. I'm speaking as the Lord is showing. No one will be safe because the enemy will be within. The enemy is there already, but they know what the Lord is saying. And as we have been praying, we are seeing it coming up and we are just sharing with you. So they have now been able to master and manage the system so that they can master their activities. So you are there plotting as to how to deal with operatives on the outside, not realizing that some of the very same persons who are planning, you are planning with, they are knowing the plan and they will know how to intercept, intervene, and manipulate. So there will be incidents of innocent lives being lost, meaning members of the security forces, persons who decide that we will not comply, we will not be a part of it. That's where we're about to enter.
Wow.
The word of advice, members of the security forces who are born again believers, you need to observe a season of fasting and prayer. Cry out to the Lord so that he can shut down the plots and plans of the enemy, so that he can expose these wolves in sheep clothing, because no law-abiding officer or security personnel who decide to stand for what is right would be safe. I'm giving a prophetic word as the Lord has showed. It's coming out of prayer, and we're making it clear for all to hear. Members of the public, we need to intensify our prayers for the security forces, because the forces of darkness are determined to advance their agenda. And anyone who tries to stand in their way, they will try to remove them. We need to pray for members of the security forces, pray for the JCF, pray for the JDF, very important. And this is an appeal to members of the security forces who are born again believers. You need to come together, identify other born again believers, and you need to be praying deliberately about what was just released. The very same technology that we are singing and waxing praises, the enemy has mastered it from within and will be leveraging it to advance their agenda from within.
This was the 3rd of January. Do you see what's going on with MOCA, CTAC, JCF? Do you guys see what's going on with these FNID? Do you guys see what's going on with these entities? You see the series of events that's floating behind one another? Drug bust, ammunition, like there was, I think it was a soldier that was caught with a bunch of guns and ammunition. Do you guys see what's happening? Oh, there's more, ladies and gentlemen. There's more. So, medical doctor among 3 charged in fraud probe involving hundreds of millions of dollars. MOCA. A 30-year-old medical doctor. 30. Lord of mercy. Hey. A 30-year-old medical doctor is among 3 people charged with allegedly defrauding hundreds of millions of dollars from several financial institutions. The major organized crime and anti-corruption agency, MOCA, says MOCA has charged Chloe Dewitt. Is it Dewitt? So why did they release her name, but they didn't release certain other people's names? Very interesting. A medical doctor from Cherry Gardens in St. Andrew, with uttering forged documents demanding property and forged documents, conspiracy to defraud, and failure to safely store a firearm. Wait a minute, hold up, wait. Hold up a second. Martha, what's going on? As gold, how y'all doing? Whoa, wait. Let me read that again. MOCA has charged Chloe Dewitt, a medical doctor. First of all, you're a medical doctor. Doctors don't make money anymore? The last time I checked up, being a doctor was like a respectable profession, especially depending on the field of doctor. what field, if you have your own practice, all that stuff. So they're charging her with uttering forged documents. Is it uttering or uttering? I don't see uttering going on there. Why may I say it like that? Let me see what it means. Uttering, what it means? It make with one voice. Yeah, it's uttering. Oh, put forged money into circulation. Oh, so it's like that's the law version of it. Oh, I got it. Uttering. Okay, I said it right, but the meaning of it in this context. Okay, so she is charged with uttering forged documents, demanding property on forged documents. So going to somebody and saying, "We own this property. Here is the documents." Bruh, conspiracy to defraud and failure to safely store a firearm. So she holding, but she didn't safely store it. Bruh, that's crazy. Outside I charge them like, these dudes is MOCA. Jamaica, what is going on? What is happening in the country? How come so much people I get catch for these crimes? Back to back to back to back to back to back. You notice the level of crime them? Guns and ammunition, drugs, fraud. You notice the Auditor General report? Fraud. And then CTOC the other day, like bro, the people in CTOC. But doctors? Man, you gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. Man, I've always heard that it's the people them that is considered up there. They are the ones involved in some things. And because they're already making money, it's easy to mask their wealth. Nobody not really paying attention to them. It said that other two were charged by the Financial Investigative Division, FID, Dennis Chung. They are 29-year-old Ivana Campbell, an executive assistant of Cedar Grove, Portmore, an executive assistant of Cedar Grove, Portmore, and a 44-year-old Dwayne Peter, an unemployed man of Olympic Gardens in St. Andrew. Campbell and Peter have been charged with breach of proceeds of the Crime Act, the Larceny Act, the Forgery Act, and the Law Reform Fraudulent Transactions Special Provisions Act, as well as conspiracy to defraud at common law. MOCA announced the arrest on Wednesday. It said then that Peter was arrested at his address on January 14, while the women were arrested in Montego Bay and Portmore January 14 and 16 respectively. So them already they get arrested already from them time there. So today now it bust out the information cause it look like them they ahead in a them case. Mighty God. This was like a week ago, 10 days ago, 8 days ago. Man, oh man. In a statement, the MOCA said the charges follow coordinated operations carried out between January 13th and January 16th by MOCA and FID with support of the Counter-Terrorism Organized Crime Investigation Branch of Jamaica Constabulary Force. In case you don't know that CTOC, here goes CTOC again. CTOC that was just compromised with that particular situation, as well as the Montego Bay Ferry Police MOCA said investigators allege that the three were involved in elaborate and highly sophisticated fraud scheme carried out between January 2023 and April 2024. MOCA alleges that the suspects used fraudulently obtained genuine documents along with forged identification to assume the identities of multiple individuals in order to bypass security and identify verification measures at a number of financial institutions. Backside, people them something a movie. Uno call some people, let's share the life. This is a movie. We're talking about 007, ladies and gentlemen. Uno hear what the people them just say a while ago? Let me break it down for you. They forged identification cards to gain access to financial institutions, to identify verification measures. Yo, you know how brave them three smadia is? Jamaica. No. No, me give them that. Them brave. Listen, this is 007. Mission Impossible type stuff. You hear what I said? Who thinks about this? That's the first thing. Who came up with this idea? Who was the mastermind that said, you know what? I think this is something that we should explore. And then the persons accepted it and went along with it and carried out these actions. Bruh, what is going on in Jamaica, fam? I've never heard nothing like this before. I've never heard another crime like this. Like this specifically. The nature of this crime. Yo, you physically have to go into the buildings, you know, brother? No, maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe I'm not understanding. MOCA alleges that suspects use fraudulently obtained genuine documents along with forged identification to assume the identities of multiple individuals in order to bypass security and identification measures at a number of financial institutions, meaning the physical place. Me know, say me read and me understand. Yo, the man them dangerous. Them two female and that brother, them dangerous. Good night, everyone. They don't want to be discriminated against and want right to be held with everyone else. Them soon say it's illegal for man and woman to be together. They are evil. Yeah, CW big up. Wow. My belly full, Jamaica. My belly literally full. What else? I don't think I can prepare for what else is to come. What else? This is madness. This is insane, bro. The man them literally forged the idea of people to access places where them can't access. Buildings, financial institutions. These people is on some other time. Like, you definitely made this choice. Thank you for sharing. You definitely made this choice. Oh my goodness. According to Major Basil Jarrett, Director of Commissions at MOCA, the charges represent a major breakthrough in a very unique fraud case that has been under investigation for more than 18 months. You hear that? What did I say? I ain't never heard nothing like this before. The man said it's a very unique fraud case. What's up, Carl? Carly, what's up? Carla Ebanks, what's up? This is one of the most elaborate, complex, and brazen fraud schemes we have seen today. Do you hear that? Top of the level criminality, bro. Top of the level, high level, top level, extravagant, elaborate, complex, brazen. What me say them do? Them brave fraud schemes we have seen to date. And that Mr. Basil Jarrett said, and I quote, end quote, one of the most elaborate, complex, brazen fraud schemes we have seen to this date. The man said the suspects relied on unprecedented levels of identity manipulation to defeat the institutional safeguards and defraud legitimate financial institutions of hundreds of millions of dollars. Jamaica, this is yo, I don't have enough adjectives. What? Bro, did you hear what? The description is perfect. Unprecedented levels of identity manipulation. So Jamaica, how safe is our money? How safe is our identity? How safe? What are you doing, Doreen? Because if these people can break the safeguards of financial institutions, how safe is our money? Like and share this video. Mighty God. You're talking about financial institutions being robbed, you know? Millions of dollars, you know? Damn. He added that development underscores MOCA's capacity to pursue complex financial crimes and thank the FID, CTOC, and the Montego Bay Ferry Police for their support. Yo, anybody like, bro, this is. Anybody want to come up like, man, listen, this is crazy, bro. Anybody want to come up on TikTok? Yo, this is wow. I am lost for words, bro. I can't believe what's going on right now. Hold on, let me turn this up. Hello?
What's up?
Wow, go on. You hear them something, yeah?
Why me I hear what go on?
Why MOCA?
I when things are gonna change.
To what me see go on right now, things are changed because it'll get closer and closer to the top boys them.
Well, me can't wait, you know. Prior not drop a ground, you know.
You're mad.
Prior not drop a ground. No. Not drop a ground at all, brother.
Yeah, talk about big old medical doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, me talk about your background nice still, but it's a medical doctor, this, you know? We get charged for fraud, you know?
When them?
Highly, not him, her.
Her, see them in there, you are going to me and knock two them, you know? And drink two beer, you know? Because storm will come tomorrow.
The snowstorm.
Yeah.
Man, stay safe, yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah, come on.
Safe. Right? Her name is Chloe Doet.
How is she from?
St. Andrew, Cherry Garden.
Up by you, eh?
Cherry Garden.
Cherry Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Them fine her.
You wanna share alone, three of them, but get this. Them forge IDs for going to financial institutions and rob them. And rob them of their money. Millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars.
2026 nice,
Me say.
Hey! 2026 nice, bad.
Yo. Some 007 Mission Impossible type movie crime them people are doing.
Yeah, man.
You fucking the good people.
Oh, that's that, but you know, nice. Mute yourself, bro.
Yeah.
This is money I go and do, but you have to go drop them. Be a bad that the man there goes. Trevor, what go on? We have to ask that to hide us while the calamity passes, brother. I swear. Yo, it's time there already, you know? What I mean by that, I mean in terms of the things that are being revealed.
All right, I'm going to listen here.
All right, baby, later.
Yeah.
Mighty God. Yo, Jamaica is not a real place, bro. Jamaica is not a real place. Jamaica is not a real place, brother. Now when I shake up my heavens, bro, yo, this is not normal, brother. And then, all right, here comes Floyd Green. So you guys know that Floyd Green was he was testifying in a case, right? He was a witness. He was testifying. Hear this. It says, quite frankly, I was afraid. Green acknowledges fear initially hindered him from making statements after witnessing fatal police shooting. Right? Now, Mr. Floyd Green, if you witness a police shooting and you in a fear, why does your political party invalidate or tries to invalidate our arguments regarding the police? Let us read, ladies and gentlemen. Let us read. All right? Let us read to get context. All right?
Subscribe to this feed. Minister of Agriculture Floyd Green testified on Thursday that fear had prevented him from giving an immediate statement to investigators following a fatal 2013 police shooting along Acadia Road in St. Andrew. Quite frank.
Ladies and gentlemen, who was running the country in 2013? Who was the Prime Minister in 2013? More importantly, what was Floyd Green doing in 2013? That's my question. It should be Mama P, though. Yeah, should be Mama P. Just Mama P, right? Just turned Prime Minister. But it depends on when in 2013. What was Floyd Green doing in 2013? Was he a part of the Jamaica Labour Party? Was he a politician? I think I'm Mama P, yeah. Portia, yeah, Portia. How long has Floyd Green been in representational politics? Need context. Floyd Green has been involved in representational politics in Jamaica since February 2016. Okay, so he wasn't into representational politics. So he was in what, G2K at the time or something like that? In those days? It says here he was active in broader politics earlier, serving as president of the JLP's Young Professional Affiliate, Generation 2000, in June 2012. Okay, so he was a part of G2K. All right, what's up, Jetline? Good day. How you doing? Bless up yourself. Respect. All right. So we get the context now. So he was the president of G2K at the time. All right. Cool. Let's go back. So,
I was afraid, Green said when pressed by defense attorney Hugh Wildman as to why it had taken him 4 years to provide a statement. But you were not afraid in 2017? Wildman asked. In response, Green explained that the Independent Commission of Investigations in Deckham had found him after he wrote an anonymous letter to the commission outlining what he said had occurred during the incident. Matthew Lee, Mark Allen, and Ucliffe Dyer were shot and killed during the January 12, 2013 incident along Acadia Road in St. Andrew. Headlines delivered to your inbox. Sergeant Simroy Mott, Corporal Donovan Fullerton, and Constables Andrew Smith, Sheldon Richards, Orandi Rose, and Richard Lynch are on trial for murder in relation to the shooting. The case is being heard in the Home Circuit Court before Justice Sonia Bertram Linton.
so Fly Green, you wait till you turn politician before you come forward. Yo, what does that mean? No, seriously, what does that mean for the citizens of Jamaica? What does that mean for us? When you were a private citizen, you didn't dare come forward, right? And tell them what you saw. So you waited until you reach in a parliament. 2016, you start representational politics. 2017, your foot in at the door now. And your party just winning now. You know? More brave and more bucketive. Understand.
Bertram Linton. The men were charged more than 6 years after the incident, which had attracted the attention of the international human rights organization Amnesty International. Under further cross-examination, Green said he had contacted Indeckham instead of the police because it was the body established to investigate fatal shootings involving the security forces. Asked why he had not gone to the police as a responsible citizen, Green said he believed the responsible course of action was to contact Indeckham.
So, not only was it responsible, he was smart because he never trust the police. Imagine that. You, Fly Green, never trust the police. If you come tell the police what you see, you got Indicom. I'm not saying they did the wrong thing, you know. I'm establishing the fact that the citizens of Jamaica have a valid reason not to trust the police. Worse, no. While your government is in power. So Fly Green, you never try to make some type of change in the system, given that you've had your own experiences where this is concerned and you were afraid. Sparky, good night. You were afraid to actually go to the police, brother. You were afraid to actually go to the police because you didn't trust them, Fly Green. What has your government done? What have you done? How have you advocated to have the police force become something that we can trust in Jamaica? When have you done that? Retta tapping, big up. When have you done that? A him friend, them was, what you say? The person that died was his friend? I don't know the story, you know. I don't know if the victim had any connection to Fly Green. I don't know of that. You say he was afraid of, no. Listen, Portia Simpson Miller was the prime minister at the time in 2013, you know. In 2016 was when he came forth and said, and you know, this is me, that's my testimony. He sent a private anonymous letter to Indicom. Indicom found him in 2017 according to him. But what I'm saying is that he never went to the police. He went straight to Intercom. Why didn't he go to the police? Because he didn't trust the police, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, I would ask him, Floyd Green, if you were, you know, if this happened now and you were in the same situation, would you call the police? Oh, listen, yo, I need to be a reporter for real, bro. Because I be hitting them with the questions, boy. Listen, trust me. I would ask him, if you were at that age now, while this government that you're a part of, you're not a part of the government, you know, but this government, you never had anything to do with JLP, you know, you weren't interested into politics, and that happened, would you be brave enough to go and say, yeah, man, let me see them, man, and this happen? Would you call the police? You might watch you the window, but you know, video. Yo, trust me, hey, it's wild what you say, no.
In Deckham. During the exchange, Wildman sought to explore possible political connections involving senior Indeckham officials, prompting objections from prosecutor Kathy Ann Pike, who accused Wildman of introducing politics into the trial. This, my lady, is a classic case of a fishing expedition, Pike said. The issues are very clear and political.
Oh, Pike, the lady that wanted to become DPP. Yeah, that's her, Kathy Ann Pike.
Political aspects are not, it would seem to me, relevant at this stage. Wildman countered that his line of questioning was aimed at establishing possible bias. He asked Green whether his party, the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, was in power in 2013, whether he was a senior party member at the time, and when he had offered himself as a political candidate. Green testified that the JLP was not in power in 2013, that he was not a senior member of the party, and that he ran in the 2016 general election. And it was just after that Indeckham found you in 2017? Wildman asked. Green said someone had reached out to him asking whether he was the author of the anonymous letter. Wildman also asked whether Green knew who headed Indeckham at the time. When Green said it was Terrence Williams, Wildman asked whether Green knew that Williams' brother had been a JLP candidate, having contested the St. Andrew East rural seat.
Yo! Wildman now play. Wildman now play. Yo, that case is hot, you know? You have to go follow that case, you know? That case is hot. Terrence Williams. So him asked Green if he knew that Williams' brother had been a JLP candidate. Mighty God. Hey! Bangarang!
Wildman said the questions were intended to suggest that Terrence Williams, as head of Indeckham, could have influenced the concoction of a story against the accused officers. Absolutely not, Green responded emphatically. Wildman retorted, Green, you are to keep quiet. Following further objections from Pike, Wildman was instructed by the judge to provide the legal authorities underpinning his position that answers to collateral questions are final, subject to exceptions such as bias. Where it can be established that a witness may be biased towards, in this case, the Crown, one can ask the question to establish bias, and, if the witness denies it, Wildman said. Green was also questioned about whether he knew Lee or his parents, or whether his father had been engaged by the JLP as an accountant, all of which he denied. He also denied knowing that Lee was from Smoky Vale in St. Andrew.
What?
Meanwhile, under continued cross-examination,
Bruh, that case is normal. What was the alias name of the men? You know, some never get that part there though. Well, I'm go by top back to say. You wild man. It says Matthew Lee and Mark Allen and Euclid Dyer. Oh yeah, these three persons were shot and unalive during the incident. Matthew Lee, Mark Allen, and Euclid Dyer. My audio? What happened to my audio? Yo, are you guys hearing me? What happened to my audio? You can't hear me now? Not you guys over there now. Bolo VNR 2.0. You can't hear me now? Are you guys hearing me? Yes? No? Put a one in the chat. Oh, good, good. Yeah, man. So I just gave you guys the name a while ago. Sparky, I just gave the name. The man them we get shot name Matthew Lee, Mark Allen, and Euclid Dyer. It says here that Sergeant Simroy Mott, Corporal Donovan Fullerton, and Constable Andrew Smith, Sheldon Richards, Orandi Rose, and Richard Lynch are on trial for murder in relation to the shooting. Those are the persons that are on trial for the murder in relation to the shooting of those men. All right? Andrea, but I don't know why you not hear me, you know. Well, you say you not hear me now, but I don't know why I don't know what's going on with this phone. It's the second time that I've been live, and then people say them just can't hear me. So I'm wondering if the software is the phone is just dying on me. Hey, try me chat to you next time, yeah. Me chat to you. You or me chat to you next time, yeah. Off here. The men were charged more than 6 years after the past this already. I'm gonna go back to me today. Yeah, man. So don't let somebody there.
Cross-examination. Meanwhile, under continued cross-examination, Green maintained that he had not seen any of the men with weapons and that he observed the police firing what he described as a barrage of shots. He rejected Wildman's assertion that 4 men had been traveling in the car and that one had fled on to Evans Avenue, dropping a MAC, 10 submachine gun. I never saw any gunmen. I never saw anybody drop anything along Evans Avenue. I never saw anything dropped. I never saw anybody running, and I never saw a MAC, 10, Green said. He also denied telling Indecum that he had seen 3 men running from the vehicle or that police had recovered a weapon, insisting that he had only indicated that he saw the police with a firearm. Wildman challenged Green's estimate of the distance between his apartment window and the yard across the road. Green said it was about 6 car lengths, or roughly 72 feet, while Wildman suggested it was well over 300 feet, which Green disputed. Wildman later applied for a jury visit to the scene to assess the distances. While Bertram Linton noted that the application had been properly made, Pike argued that it was premature, insisting the jury must first hear all the evidence.
Well, landed. No, man. But Wildman is a wild man. Mrs. Buchanan, know you're doing. Good night. Wildman is a wild man, man. Wildman has 300 feet. 72 feet and 300 feet. A big difference, ladies and gentlemen. Wildman, no normal. The man said they need to go assess the crime scene. And what the hell? Court air, so court the dangerous.
Evidence. She also said the defense had alternative material available. The trial continues on Monday. Tanisha.mundle@gleanergym.com. Hemingay's 50.
Monday it is. I shall be paying attention to this case with Fly Green as a witness. Very interesting. Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Mighty God. What? I saw the man in my one. I never know these things. You see if him at Oh, Trump threatens Canada with 100% tariff over its new trade deal with China. The people in Canada, it real down. Then Musk was on his yard under his window. Sparking the easy, you know. There's a centurion, Ethelyn Clark, stood tall through sickness and Hurricane Melissa. 100-year-old. August last year, Ethelyn suffered a major health scare. 2 months later, she survived a brutal assault of Hurricane Melissa. So, when she celebrated her 100th birthday on January 20th, big up yourself, my Capricorn sister. I don't know if I'm going to live to see as long as you, but big up yourself. That is beautiful. She was full of gratitude to God, of course. You know, I would really wish for everybody to grow old. I think that's why they always say, youth is wasted on the young. Kind of a bad mind statement, but I understand why them say it now. Jamaica in danger with Mother Nature. Almost Mother Nature, you want to say? This is a milestone, man. Big up yourself, Miss Etlin. Big up yourself, Miss Etlin. My goodness. Sammy, careful enough. Careful. Hey, you don't say, I don't really have no problem with Trump, like I see people have problem with Trump. I have more problem with Andrew Jonas than Trump. I swear. I have more problem with Andrew Jonas than Trump. I tell you that. Trump quite alright. Trump do what him feels alright if you feel people and what I say. We should have one prime minister that was doing the right thing for us. And doing what is right for Jamaicans. Or the majority of Jamaicans, yes? But anyway, Trump have been good turbo with them. But big up to the people from the United States and China that are watching. Yeah man, big up on yourself. You know so now watch it. You know so on tune in. Me say Trump and China, and then one day I look, hi, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, drug traffic, oh yeah. Andrea said Jonas is a disaster. So earlier today, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of Bible stuff. So there was this thing I saw with a girl that said, a teacher that said she don't want no youth. Right? And if the man want youth, she kick him through the door, she show him the door. She decides that she not have no youth. So I was asking the questions, can you be a woman, a servant of God and not having the ability and to have children and don't explore it? Like how is that possible? So my mom and somebody in the chat, they put me to this scripture, Matthew 19. So I read the whole scripture. Well, I read most of it to get the concept of chapter 11 or 12, right? And it talked about eunuch. So my mom said, yes, you have people that become eunuchs and give them life to the kingdom of heaven. They don't plan to have sex at all, like prayer warriors and stuff like that. So, I'm the type of person, when new information comes to me, I admit that, yeah man, okay, I understand where I was wrong at. But I was rolling it back, and I was like, oh, but I was right still. In context of this lady that want a man, a eunuch is not supposed to want in no man. Sammy, you see now, hey, Sammy, I want a good question. That's it. So the lady, an entertainer, man. So she couldn't be considered under the category of a eunuch. And that's the only category. But outside of a eunuch, it is God's will for us to marry and multiply. Outside of that, so I was technically right about that particular lady. And I learned something in the process. You get me? About eunuchs and living for God, living for Christ, and denying yourself of the flesh completely in that capacity. But that lady is not trying to deny herself of the flesh. Jesus, Father, dear need help. Father God, please bless her with a husband, and help her to give her life to you completely, so she can, a nice, clean relationship, no bagger business. You understand? Man, I love her and cherish her, and she love and cherish him the same, Father God. Bless the Lord, Father God, bless her. Mighty God of Daniel. We need help, Jesus. Yeah, it's better to marry than to burn. Yeah, bro, that's facts. No deal, me have to openly pray for you, my baby. I want you happy. You understand? I want you live good and right. You see what I say? Because you don't want to burn in, want everybody experience the joy of heaven and not the perils of hell. I want that for myself as well. I pray for myself too. You have to get married, guys. You can't be no eunuch. No, sir. I gotta get married. So I was right. Moving on. Christopher Tufton. You come on. Yo, Minneapolis. Yo, the amount of people there in the street. Freezing temperatures. And everybody outside. Protesting against ICE. That's crazy. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Golding. I am so happy. I didn't remember, Mark Jefferson Golding, ladies and gentlemen, was in Eastern Hanover. His two candidates, Andrea Perkis and Western, and Heather Miller, Mrs. Heather Miller Bennett, I believe her name is, right? We have to get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second.
President of the People's National Party and leader of the opposition in Jamaica. And I just wanted to reach out to Caring for Others, to thank them profusely for their generosity in providing a container of much needed items, household items, cleaning items, bedding items, etc., clothing, which is being distributed to people who are severely in need here in the parish of Hanover, which is one of the parishes that was most affected by Hurricane Melissa hitting Jamaica on the 28th of October, 2025. And, without the support of people like Caring for Others, we would really not be able to get through this. So big up Caring for Others, and I urge you to do more if you can. And with me, I have MP Andrea Perkis, who's the MP for Eastern Hanover, and Heather Miller Bennett, who is the MP for Western Hanover. And they've both had baptisms of fire into parliamentary politics, having been elected for the first time in September and having to deal with the crisis of this terrible hurricane from October onwards. But they're doing a great job. And it's with the help of people like Caring for Others that they are able to really uplift the spirits and hope of the people they represent. So enough respect and thank you very much.
And I want to say thank caring for others, then give them the opportunity to continue to care for others in my constituency. With their donation, feeds, the household items, they're well needed, and I want to say thanks. And if you can donate more, we'll be happy to receive. The people of Western Hanover, thank you.
In the midst of adversity, you find your friends. And on behalf of the citizens of Eastern Hanover, I want to say a big thank you for caring for others. We were able to go into our communities and assist with hurricane relief. We thank you.
Yeah, so this is Mark Golding, President of the People's National Party and leader of the opposition in Jamaica. And I just wanted to reach out to Caring for Others, to thank them profusely for their generosity in providing a container of much needed items, household items, cleaning items, bedding items, etc., clothing, which is being distributed to people who are severely in need here in the parish of Hanover, which is one of the parishes that was most affected.
Hey, I know that a lot of people think that people are still suffering in these areas, you know, suffering from lack. And it's like, you know, just another day. And you think that the government has everything. No. No. Yo, the people are still in a space, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. They're still in a space. I forgot that I have to plug in this phone, and I'm sorry about that. I saw it on Facebook first when the truck was coming in. What's your name? It's Heather Miller Bennett, yes. I think it was on Facebook. PNP. One second.
Yeah, so this is Mark Golding, President of the People's National Party and leader.
What's her name again? Oh, Heather Miller. Me spell it wrong. My bad, y'all. My bad. Forgive me. Spell her Heather wrong. It comes with a A, not a ER. So when was this? This was October 28th. Also, she don't really do Facebook. I guess it's TikTok then. Heather Miller Bennett. Heather Miller Bennett. No, find her. No, find her. Oh, this is it. Okay. But it look like so a long time she not put up on TikTok, man. When was this? The first of the first? Okay. Okay. So it's just Instagram alone. Instagram alone I put it on. But them no man, me see one clip. I saw a clip, ladies and gentlemen, of when the truck was actually coming in. I saw a clip of that. But I don't remember which website I saw it on. If it's not Instagram, it's YouTube. But we're on YouTube. I don't know. I mean, I talk about the one after I press about. What Marvin not going? A long time I listen to Marvin. You know. What is happening here? Marvin active a build house and him something here.
And the rest of the Caribbean, you need to stop seeing it as a curse and see it as a blessing. Right now, as we speak, 20th of January, 2026, the European Union, which is comprised of about 27 or 28 derivatives
and assist with hurricane relief. We thank you.
Marvin Asegul.
So, you see the visa thing that's happening with US and Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean, you need to stop seeing it as a curse and see it as a blessing.
Okay.
Right now, as we speak,
Right.
28th of January, 2026, the European Union, which is comprised of about 27 or 28 countries, I need to get it right now. They are planning to make a trade deal with India. And apparently, it is such a historic deal, trade deal, that it is now titled the mother of all deals. India, okay. Canada, just a few days ago, made a massive deal with China. Okay. All right, what are you getting at?
BRICS.
BRICS Alliance, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They are all one. Now, the European Union is not liking America anymore because they have a mad president. They have a president who is choosing war than peace, who is greedy, and who thinks about himself and his ego more than the people of America. And trying to wage war with a bunch of allies, like the European Union, NATO. You are trying to wage war with a group of people who are literally going to befriend your enemies. Yeah, man. So these people, European Union, and like the Caribbean people, Venezuela, a part of BRICS, Cuba, a part of BRICS, Jamaica, with a dirty government who is trying to play both upon two sides, one to serve America, one to serve BRICS, and you have to choose. And from what I'm seeing, the Prime Minister of Jamaica is choosing the wrong side. The wrong side, and you choose. The wrong side you choose. America, while still in bed with China. Make up your mind. If I were you, if I was Prime Minister of this country, I would have long. From Andrew got invited to the BRICS summit 2 years ago and refused to become a part of BRICS. When asked, he danced around the question. When the interviewer asked him if Jamaica planning to join BRICS, I saw him dance around the question. I saw him dance around it because he could not say yes, because Trump would a year. Well, it was Biden at the time. Biden in a year. And I said, oh, you're mad. Are you there right now in the backyard? You joining BRICS mean Russia and China? I don't know in our backyard. Well, guess what? Pop up whether you like it or not.
I never even know that Jamaica was in the conversation to join BRICS. Wow.
That was actually the winning side and still is the winning side. Because that, Russia, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and guess who's joining that too? Saudi Arabia, who refused to sign the petrodollar agreement. Again, that was the 9th of June, 2025. Saudi Arabia said, no, we're not signing it anymore. The petrodollar agreement means that countries globally would have to purchase oil using the US dollar, although them have their own currency. So because America was so dominant and pretend like them is God for everybody else around the world and this big bad bully, the other countries like Russia and China and these countries say, hey, listen to me, no. We don't want to use the US dollar anymore. We're pulling away from the US dollar. So can you now not do that? And Saudi Arabia said, all right, we're not going to do it. So Saudi Arabia and Venezuela now pleasing two countries with the largest amount of oil globally is now siding with America's enemies, China, Russia, you name it. So Trump is having a fit because he wants to secure Greenland. And I blame it that if America don't capture Greenland or own Greenland, right, then Russia and China is going to come and take it from you. Denmark and the other countries say, no, you're not going to come with that. You're not going to come control no Greenland and make it no US property. This Greenland right here, sir, this is controlled by we over Denmark. So Russia came out and said, hey, just so y'all know, over there in Europe, Putin and Russia, we recognize Greenland as a sovereign state owned and operated by Denmark. Yeah, man, we recognize it. Yeah, and because we recognize and respect it. As a matter of fact, maybe you guys should really give us permission to join you, to defend you against America. So Trump mad because no, Russia and China pretty much refute the lie. That's a lie. It's a blatant lie. Yeah, Donald Trump, I am sorry. For those of you who don't know, this would have meant that all the tariffs and stuff when just put up against France and all these people. Now, all these things is just going to be bad, and very bad for the American economy. Yeah, man, true. Because these people are now pulling away from the US dollar fast. Yeah. And now India is one of those countries who have been now settling payments using their own currency. Yeah. So if European Union about to trade with India, the mother of all deals, them are going to settle payments with either the BRICS new currency or within their currency, because we don't want to use the US dollar
people we're moving on. Take a listen to this.
People are about to see the worst financial crash in history. When something a crash, there's always something that's blooming. What is that something? Crypto damn currency. Been telling you. You see Jamaica here? Don't play with Jamaica. Jamaica good. Jamaica we good. Because our banks, them on a thin line, all of them about to collapse any moment now. True. Yeah. So make them refuse to not allow cryptocurrency companies like Coinbase and others to come to Jamaica and offer crypto services now and protect the Jamaican people money. You see the money what Jamaica want to give, you know? The CBDC, the central bank digital currency. When them are trying to go, you know, guess who control it? NCB and JN. For those of you who don't know, JN had opened a big old JN branch in the UK, a big old building, and they had to close it down. You know why? So me here saying close it down because it just didn't work out. But it would not work out, and they should have known that. Yeah? They should have known that it did not work out because they should have done their research to see that 400 banks and bank branches in the UK closed down in just 2025 alone. Over 300 banks and bank branches have closed down in the US in 2025 alone. You're like, really? Yeah. They should have also do them research to find out, say, 16,500 millionaires pack up them things and left the UK in a 2025 alone. Imagine how much I'm going to leave 2026 now that the news is out. But NCB CEO just resigned today. True. And we just discovered that NCB, them underwrite $15 billion. Underwrite. Go look up the meaning of underwrite. Them underwrite $15 billion to Jamaica broilers. They're friends because they don't know the 23 families in Jamaica go. Yeah, man, them share information and them do things and them have them monopolies and them control everything and sabotage the rest of the friggin' country. You think we're going to see separation yet? You think at December before we're going to see it? Or September? What you joke? To all the people who have them XRP and an invest in XRP, crypto and stuff, big up on yourself! Huh?
I don't agree with everything that he says in regards to sides and all of that. There are some things coming. I don't know if he looks at it from a biblical perspective, but there are some things coming. And what is to come has to come. Being prepared, having God on your side, that should be the main objective. Yeah, man. That should be the main objective. Because this is a big, what you call it now? a big war. And it's only the big players is going to win. There's no small players that's going to win. None. You understand? This whole financial meltdown that they're orchestrating, no small persons is going to win that. Get me? They're making laws to make cash illegal. Certain amounts of cash illegal. And it's not a large amount, right? It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. They have taken that too far now. As they do with everything, because once they start something, they always carry it to the farthest limit they can. Once they start to break down certain of your privileges, they keep eroding at it constantly. But some people now have eyes to see, and then, you know, what it takes to really shut that down is not non-compliance and you know, collective unification. Non-compliance, ladies and gentlemen, and collective unification. Yes? Yes.
Stand on point of order, Rule 40, subsection A. It says that when armed people, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, something saying that, you know, they have to start over. Then I'm hearing that they're going to count the votes. So two things. It was a down moment for me, because this is just low. This is just very low. I mean, them can, this is just, think about it. They not only say that you're a criminal, but they said you're a convicted criminal. So, you know what, Kevin? I'll be honest with you. I'm like everybody else. I have feelings. And I was deeply hurt and saddened by this. And I know my inner circle know that. I know Kevin know it. I know producer June sense it. And you know, and producer OT, I know them say about women. Women can sense things way better than man. And I know today when we left, yeah, and when I left the chat, I know, me know June and OT like
what the hell?
Back of me. I'm not telling you.
What the hell happened? Because somebody sent me a clip of Will Rattigan. Let me get the context of what is going on here, ladies and gentlemen. The GJDC. What is actually happening?
First R.
The R not there.
Yeah, the first R. Yeah, the R, the way to the back that there. No, it's supposed to say bank, BANK. R. Don't see the letter, but you know what?
That's the other part of it. Like I said, if you don't get a letter, then you're not disqualified.
But hold on a second. Take on that, please, OT. All right, but look at this. This come from them. This come from them. This come from them.
I got nothing, Provost. You get through that one day. You win. You win.
This is come from them. Yeah.
Also, he was ejected from the GJDC. I wonder why. I wonder why. I bet it has to do with Andrew Willis. How much you wanna bet? How much you wanna bet that it has something to do with Andrew Willis? Whether indirectly or directly. How much you wanna bet? Anybody wanna put up some money on that? How much you wanna bet?
This is it, people. So ask yourself the question: why would they go to such extremes to prevent me from running? Why? Why risk being sued for defamation? because you don't want me to run. What is so important about being a member of the council? Oh, Paula, he says so. Paula, you laugh at me and say, I wonder what you're saying now. Is KSJ still your favorite minister? You get me, you get me. Paula, you get me. Paula, you take it easy with me, please. Larkland, the Green announces 44 candidates. They can try all they want because we have this document and people have been calling me about it. And if they say, so that means what they have to do now. And look what they do. They put this in red, you know. They put this in red so you know they never said, pay attention to this one here. We're rejecting him. See that? No, anywhere them go now when there's a problem. Anywhere them go there's a problem because people already start calling me and I complain. Think about it when them say 44 now, the Green announces 44. That won't help them. The damage has been done. That won't help them. Because I want to see now when them say 44, if them put that, when am I going to do about the candidate that they said they rejected regarding 5.2. I want them to tell me now what am I going to do about that. Saying it's 44 don't do anything. You must come and tell me that, hey, the candidate that we said was rejected was actually accepted. Then the question will be, then how did you get rejected in there? And not only did you get rejected, but you actually refer to a specific section. And it was published. And it's published globally. So I have to deal with this because people... I voted for you weeks ago. I know at least 3 people personally that had voted for you. Personally. You know, and like I said, I have a client that I represented this week, and I know he's watching. And brethren, I'm begging you, don't believe this thing here. Don't believe this thing. I have one client.
So they said they wait a minute. So they put charges on Mr. Will Rattigan's name. Wow. A former FBI agent? What? Bro, what is going on right now, bro?
Into court with this week. I had several clients that I had consultations with. And I'm wondering now, how are they going to feel when they see this? And most of them are Jamaican, a lot of them are Jamaican, and a lot of them read the newspaper. A lot of them. Wow. So, I'm telling you, this when I saw it in my head, I start get a headache. I just couldn't believe it. Start get a headache, and of course it will affect you because you didn't do these things. Wow. And when you look at it and you say, no, let me read this again, and it says, no.
Yeah. So this is Mark Golding, President of the People's National Party.
Kitchen Fun Club said if you not deal with them, you're not. All right. Remember answer the Kitchen Fun Club. They say if you not deal with them, you're gonna stop watching me. All right. Don't put it to you like this. Don't put it to you like this, Kitchen. You will continue watch me. Continue watch me, Kitchen.
So that means I'm gonna sue them. Hey, how you doing? What you doing, Kiki? I'm gonna sue them. So Will Rattigan is under attack, ladies and gentlemen. Falsely putting wow. That's his. Wow. Will Rattigan is dubbed a criminal. Can you believe it? Wow. That is something. That is something. Alright. Because I was wondering what is going on, with the Will Rattigan, Somebody sent me the thing and I said, what is this? This don't even make no sense. What? Well, who? What is this? Oh, I see I see what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And there are some things, and there are some things, like I said, I was telling you that there are some things that I don't tell you, I don't mention. And I can tell you that there are some things that happen today. I won't mention them. I won't mention them because the things that I know for a fact that happened today, people in some serious problems. People in some serious problems. And I just sit back, people call me, people in the know, people of influence, people affiliated with all kinds of people, and them say, listen, this boy, we're sorry this happening, boy, this is trouble, this is big trouble now for people. And I say, well, think about me. I have bills to pay, I have things to do. I have a whole family to take care of, I have a whole bunch of things. And now, this is what is out there now. Unstoppable, Josh.
I want people to understand too, it's not just the discrediting of Will as a candidate for the Global Jamaican Diaspora Council, Northeast. Like he said, it speaks also to his profession. More than that, it also speaks to the foundation, One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.
True.
Because at that point, it discredits the whole foundation. And the work that the foundation has been doing. And anybody that has been associated with it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So this has far-reaching implications. You see me over here laughing? I'm not laughing, not because it's funny, but it is funny that you should try to do something like this with someone who has a career in investigation and is a current practicing attorney. There are depths of stupidity that are unmeasurable. And this has surpassed it.
Kevin, I can hear while you're talking, you know who I hear talking to me? Ambassador Ward. Because if he were alive, I would be over his house now with this. And I can hear him saying to me, so, JJ, so, JJ, what you going to do with them? I can hear him saying it to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kevin, I don't know what to say now. The US story, people, let me just tell you that we weren't planning on doing this story, Is this morning, this thing happened, and we just talk about it, And then once all of that happened, then the phone calls started coming in, people started questioning me and said, how come we didn't know that, you have a secret, you're not even a criminal, you're a convicted criminal. You're a convicted criminal and you're a bankrupt. And believe me, people, no, I've never filed for bankruptcy and I've never been arrested. And I've never been if I've never been arrested, then of course I've never been convicted. And so this is all over the world now. All over the world. And what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? We say, when I grew up in Jamaica, sorry, can't buy soldier Larry.
Hey man, listen, let me tell y'all something. Whoever violated Mr. Will Rattigan and showed wrongful dirt on his name, man, I don't know, bro. Y'all is not very smart. Y'all is really not smart. You talking about, maybe you guys are smart. Maybe you want to distract him from all the investigations he has going on into the government of Jamaica, into Andrew Onis, Daryl Vaz, and those people. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you guys are smart, but y'all still stupid. Y'all is stupid. Oh my God, y'all is stupid. An acting legal attorney, like he is legitimately in the field of law. He was a former investigator of the FBI. And you put criminal case on his name. Not only was he charged but convicted, according to what I'm hearing. in the allegations. You guys really did that. Rastafari, Black College, big up. Yeah, it really messy, bro. It really messy.
What am I supposed to do, people? Talk to me.
Wow.
I see a lot of people tuning in now because the news probably reach out to a whole bunch of people and say, hey, when you come over here, so
This is incredible.
them say Rattigan a criminal. They could go
This
see what
is
go on.
incredible. What?
No.
Wow.
But people, I have to live with it. I'm telling you, today, it was a down moment for me because this is just low. This is just very low. I mean, this is just, think about it. They not only say that you're a criminal, but they said you're a convicted criminal.
Godson, what go on?
So, you know what, Kevin?
Dan Smith, what go on?
I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you, I'm
definitely.
like everybody else. I have feelings.
Obviously.
And I was deeply hurt and saddened by this. And I know my inner circle know that. I know Kevin know it. I know producer Joan sense it. And you know, and producer OT, I know them say about women. Women can sense things way better than man. And I know today when we left it, yeah, and when I left the chat, I know, we know Joan and OT like back of me. I'm not telling them, I know them and say, yeah, this affect him, you know. This affect him. Because me left and me never come back. But just me have to take care of some things and then me call you, Kevin, one of them ask you what if you come on and all of that stuff.
Right.
You know. So Joan OT, apologies. You know, but I know that you guys know that when I read that, it affected me deeply.
Wow.
And it is going to, and the thing, it's in writing. So it's not like somebody said that it wasn't taped and you hear it, but you know, you didn't capture the conversation. It's in writing. It's in writing.
Wow.
St. Alburn, Monroe, don't let them get away because they will feel like a winner. I can tell you right now, St. Alburn, I agree with you, but I can tell you them don't feel like a winner right now.
From the news article alone, there's several things here. People want to understand. There are several things that they put themselves in a position to be used against them here. One, the diaspora website. That is one. Two, the correspondence from them as the diaspora, email correspondence. This rejection thing that was posted, and the news article. Whether this editor, the editor or the writer was fed misinformation, misinformation, no information, whichever. Either way you take it, there's nowhere for them to turn because they have done a grave injustice. It didn't start here though. This is before here.
Yo, hold up. So I found the article, right? I didn't pay attention to it. I saw the title, but I didn't pay attention. But I saw this article today. So I'm gonna open it up and let's take a look at it.
Because remember, they already categorized this as something political. So, oh, it's not good now. What am I gonna say? No.
Wow.
And so, if when you do the donations on One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, you go, Ratty Diaspora, the people that allocate in the funds will understand and know what you mean.
And you know something, Kevin, I have to play this video. People, I have to play this video. Hold on a second. Let me just remove this one here so we have more room. I have to play this video. Remember this?
You would have noted something a little bit different that we don't usually do. We don't usually necessarily take on misinformation and disinformation or information that is false. That is changing. We are going to have to do so in this context where something is said that is not true. We will be countering it. We will come with the receipts. We will play the videos from months ago. We have the records and we will do that. We have to focus on being able to respond to misinformation and disinformation. There's a lot of that out there in the public sphere and we cannot leave it unchallenged. And so you will be seeing new approaches from the Ministry of Information in terms of dispelling those things. And in many instances, we call them misinformation and disinformation. Those are fancy words for lies. And so where there are lies, we will be correcting them. And there have been many of those. And I know Minister Morgan will be working very closely with me in relation to addressing that issue of lives that are proliferating. And we will give you the facts. And that's why we ask you to tune in here. Because we bring the ministers, we open them up for challenge and allow them to tell you the work that we're doing, and we tell you what we are doing in cabinet. Because what we do is not secret. We're doing it because we've been asked to do this by the people of Jamaica. And we take that role very, very seriously.
Here's another one.
Those people, and I'm saying it here, who are vested in telling you lies, to mislead you. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe they want the country to descend in chaos. They don't like to say law and order. I'm saying to you, be careful of the information that you consume. Information is like food. If you consume bad food, it will make your body unhealthy. If you consume bad information, it will make your mind unhealthy. Why would somebody come on social media, make a post and say something that the government never said? And some people believe it. I urge all of you to think before you consume the lies that people are telling. It will only lead you to make bad decisions.
Bad information is like bad food.
Andre, where are you,
Secure,
bro?
right?
Big up yourself, Mr. Stevens.
Oh.
So, so people about their life already in an article. We're reading cleaner. It says that 44 persons have been nominated across Canada and the United States to compete for seats on Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council, GDYC. Of those individuals, 17 were nominated to represent the United States, Northeastern region, 16 to represent Canada, 8 for the United States, Southern region, and 2 in the U.S. West or Midwest region. No nominations appeared on Monday on the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade's website for candidates in England. For the Northeast region, a total of 20 people were nominated, but 3 nominations were rejected, 2 for the GJDC and 1 for the Youth Council. According to the information reaching the Gleaner, one of the nominations for the GJDC was rejected based on the nomination being filed after the deadline had passed. The other rejection was based on Section 5.2 Clause CD of the GJDC terms of reference and operational modalities. Clause C and D, respectively, stated that candidates shall be persons of good character and repute. When I hear this? What? Wait. Yo, this is building up to a bad thing right now. So, maintaining good standing in their communities and personal life. Conduct that may reasonably be viewed as bringing the council or the government of Jamaica into disrepute shall constitute grounds for ineligibility or removal, and candidates shall demonstrate a willingness to cooperate in good faith with the government of Jamaica and with fellow council members, irrespective of personal political affiliation, in order to advance the objectives of diaspora engagement. The final breakdown for the Northeast region shows 13 people nominated for GJDC and 4 nominated for Youth Council. In the Southern region, 1 person who ran previously and was not successful, Janice McIntosh, is again running for the position. The current council member did not seek another term. Newcomers for the West or Midwest region, 2 candidates have been nominated. Both are newcomers. as the previous council members was unable to seek another term due to term limits. There are 7 positions open on the GJDC and 7 on the Youth Council. This is broken down as follows: 3 in the US for the GJDC and 3 of the youth and 3 on the Youth Council for Canada. There are 2 GJDC seats and 2 Youth Council seats in England. The breakdown is 2 GJD seats and 2 Youth Council seats. In the Northeast region, the current council member, Michelle Tullow Neal, is seeking another term as council member. There are several other nominated who are first-timers and appear to have no clear footprint in the community. The nomination period for the council ended this past Monday at midnight. Registration for people to vote in the election runs until today. The elections for members of the GJDC were postponed until January or February this year. The announcement stated that the elections were being postponed because of Hurricane Melissa and the destruction it brought to the island. Voting for the council members had been slated to run from November 20th until December 13th. The announcement of the postponement from the Foreign Affairs Ministry, which has responsibilities for diaspora affairs, stated that existing diaspora council members will continue in their post until the election takes place. The current term of the members have been set to expire December 31st. Before the announcement of the postponement, the registration period was slated for October to November, as was the nomination period. So it says here, editor's note: a previous version of this article quoted from the section 5.2 of the earlier version of the GJDC's term of reference and operational modality. We regret the error. Okay, they did not mention his name, but this section that they're talking about, Class C and D, candidates shall be persons of good character and repute, maintaining good standing in their communities and professional life. Conduct that may reasonably be viewed as bringing the council or the government of Jamaica into this. Can you imagine? Can you guys imagine that they're talking about character when Andrew Holness is the Prime Minister that is uncertified? A man that we don't know if he made his money legally because he can't prove it at this point. Where's the evidence? Equally, there's no evidence. Well, I can't even say that. Where is the evidence that he made his money legally? Where's the certification? But Mr. Wheeler Attigan is the one that is removed from being in this election. And this was quoted in the Gleaner. I didn't see his name called. Janice McIntosh is on the front of it. Wow. And if you notice in the article, it talked about the willingness to work with the government of Jamaica. Candidates shall demonstrate a willingness to cooperate in good faith with the government of Jamaica and the fellow council member, irrespective of personal political affiliation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride because it appears that the GJDC ass is in grass. Literally. You hear me say? Them ass in the grass. Wow. Hey. Woo. Jamaica is heating up, boy. Hey.
All right, Provost.
Yeah.
I just got a call out of production, and Jabem will be joining us shortly. 200 donations and One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. You go, Ratty Diaspora. The people that allocating the funds will understand and know what you mean.
And you know something, Kevin, I have to play this video. Left the chat. I know Joan and OT like back of me. I'm not telling them, I know them and say, yeah, this affect him, you know. This affect him. Because me left and me never come back. Because I have to take care of some things.
I call you, what's
and then
up?
I call you, Kevin, one of them ask you what you come on and all that stuff.
Right.
You know. So Joan OT, apologies. You know, but I know that you guys know that when I read that, it affected me deeply. And it is going to, and the thing, it's in writing. So it's not like somebody said and it wasn't taped and you hear it, but you know, you didn't capture the conversation. It's in writing.
Wow.
It's in writing.
Wow.
Feel you like a winner right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's several things that they put themselves in a position to be used against them here. One, the diaspora website. That is one. Two,
no, I want to go to the diaspora website now. gjdc.com. Whoa, wait. Hopefully this is the right website. Hopefully this is the right website. I guess it's not. Alright, let me go to Google Diaspora website. Jamaica Diaspora website. JA Diaspora Engage. Is this it? Welcome to the JA Diaspora Engage. Is this it? Diaspora, climate change, climate engage, new events, connect, learn, invest. I don't know if this is it. I don't know. Let me check this one. Let me check this website. Welcome to the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy. Okay, that's different. Academy. That's like school there. Alright. The global Jamaica Diaspora Council. This looks like it. Alright, so this is it. The official stamp is there and everything. Alright, cool. What is happening here? What happened here? Where I need to see what they did here that would implement them. And it has the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Oh, this is gonna be, boy. Ooh-wee. Oh, so alright, let me go up on the election thing. Alright, let me see. The process for the election of members of the diaspora, blah blah blah. In the third cycle, blah blah blah. 40 new members. I'm looking for like a notice on here that says, alright, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Somebody said, well, remember it didn't say partisan politics, it says Jamaica government, not PNP or JLP, separate from the parties. Hey, listen. The election timeline, election presentation, eligibility criteria. Yeah, I was right. I think I'm right in my initial instincts in regards to this. This has everything to do with the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah, this whole situation has everything to do with the Jamaica Labour Party. This is politics being played. They don't want Will Rattigan to be, actively involved in that process because they know him. He's not going to be cooperative. He's not going to show a willingness to cooperate. When you hear those words, you know that you're a puppet, right? Cooperate. Don't shake up anything. Don't change anything. Just roll with the flow with the lights down low, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they're talking about. Mighty God. It's rough.
Correspondence from them as the diaspora, email correspondence. This rejection thing that was posted and the news article, whether this editor, the editor or the writer was fed misinformation, misinformation, no information, whichever. Either way you take it, there's nowhere for them to turn because they have done a grave injustice. It didn't start here though. This is before here. Because remember, they already categorized this as something political. So, oh, it's gonna go no. But I'm gonna say no. And so, if when you do the donations on One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, you go Ratty Diaspora, the people that allocating the funds will understand and know what you mean.
And you know something, Kevin, I have to play this one here. So
It's not only your voice, but silent the voice of those not what
it's got a call. Jabem will be joining us shortly in a slightly different capacity. Slightly, just ever so slightly. And when he comes on, I'll let him explain.
Okay.
He's in a bus.
All right.
He's in a bus right now, so we can just wait until he joins in. But we can move on. But
we'll move on. All right, fine. Let's move on. Let's do this one.
Not move
Oh, he's
away.
here. He's here.
Oh, okay. Let's yes.
Dr. Taylor.
brother, what go on? Me up on a bus, but this news me have to come on, no matter, anywhere me there in the world right now, brethren, what these people are doing is trying to silence not only your voice, but silence the voice of those of us who see it fit to stand up against the system of oppression and hold them accountable. And this is just the brutality that we have to let our voice be heard about. So I cannot, sit here silently and allow them to try to tarnish your reputation and the good work that you're doing on behalf of the Jamaican people, right? This is injustice, and where injustice lies, our voice must rise up and speak up against it. I'm doing that. I'm speaking up, because I know that everything here and said is fabricated and just lies and upper lies, right? In order to hurt you, in order to hurt we the people, that the ones who stand up, for us, the one who advocate, for justice, the one who brings and all the system.
Jamaica is the same thing they're doing to Andre Stevens, because they know the position he has and where he stands. He's one of them in the social media space that stands in the gap to speak out for the people. And I have a large platform. I have a large reach. So they attack those people first. It's the art of war. When they go in a war, them attack the general them. If the leader falls, it's like a domino effect in most cases. But we can't allow that to happen. That's why I have to support the platforms then we actually I do the work. You understand what I say? You have to support them. But this what them try tells me that nobody is off limits, because Mr. Latigan is a lawyer and they pull this, yeah, they have no limits, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the devil will go to any means to get their objective. Alright? Them serious, man. Them are people that they don't know.
Table. That's what they're trying to do, to take you down and silence your voice. And if we allow them to do that, we would all lose. And we can't afford that. So we want you to know that we are behind you. We are part of the resistance against a system that never could provide for its people and who hide things, in and under them desk. And you use the system, to pull this information forward, to educate the masses so that we are able to move in ways against the system for the benefit of the people.
And after I first mentioned so about her, they might try to hack her page. Yo, these people are working overtime. Yo, these people are working overtime, brother.
And this is, the wickedness of all the parties that are involved in it. And we need to uncover them thing. So no fire, we can't let this one go. We have to move against it. And this called whole diaspora thing into this report right now. The whole diaspora election, thing into this report. You cannot claim falsehood to eject a candidate, that would represent the people in very meaningful ways. When was the last time has Jamaicans in the diaspora would have a leader like yourself? With your qualification, your capability,
skill set,
who have nothing to gain. You are not affiliated with no political party.
None.
Right? You are representing the interests of the Jamaican people. This, my brother, and colleague.
So, you see what they did? Because they can't use the political card to say Will Rattigan aligned with the political party. Because I've heard him speak out against both sides. Them can't align him to nobody. Him just speak the facts. Him no like how you see me now, they get angry and emotional. You don't see him do that. You understand? Him just put the facts out there and him deliver it in a really lawyer type way. Right? Because that's his profession. And him is a professional in the space of investigation. Right? But me know say is a man based off of me observing him through his platform. He really care about Jamaica and how Jamaica is what we're the path that we're going down. You see me? So this is quite unfortunate, but I can't say I'm surprised. I'm a little bit surprised that they pulled this one. To go to the point where they're saying that he was convicted. He's a convicted criminal. Man, listen, bruh. It's gonna be turned up real soon. Yeah, it's gonna be turned up real soon in the courts. I can tell you that. It's not gonna be normal. You understand me? They barked up the wrong tree, boy. Woo!
Cannot be allowed to stand. And we have to forcefully stand up against it. This whole election needs to be boycotted. It can't work. And also just this thing going at 2026. No, man. No, brethren. You cannot do that. You can't. You're an attorney at law, right? Look at your stellar reputations before you, right? And I know about the good work that you have done. right? And the Jamaican people are feeling the result of it right now, right? Who have ever hold a minister of government accountable before the system and shine a spotlight on it, right? One of the greatest things that happens in our society is how monies are moved around to empower political party that moves them into power, right? And you follow these trails, right? And I like these kind of things for us to look on every rock and every stone, right?
Mr. Wilratigan is the first person that let me know what the answer was. The written record of what the politicians say in all their debates, in all their dialogue in Parliament. He's the first person I heard use the word. And he mentioned something about the politicians when they were debating the Integrity Commission report. And in the Hansard, the very weaknesses that the Integrity Commission have, they were discussing the weaknesses, but they didn't amend them, they didn't change them. They left it the way it was. So the Hansard showed that they had full knowledge of those weaknesses. But whoever decided that that's the way that they were just going to make it go, well, they were willing to make it go that way because maybe it benefited them down the line, innit? But how many people are going to sit down and read the Hansard? How many people? Not many. Not many is going to go through that level of detail to do the research. It's just the truth. We're lazy. But I say be smart. If you're lazy, follow the people that are not lazy. Follow the people that are not lazy, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the people you should follow. And when you highlight certain things, indulge. Go and do a little reading. Yeah, man. Go and do a little reading. Go to it and go to the website and look at it. Do a little reading. Take it like one little hobby. Because we have to be more engaged in our own liberation. We have to be more equipped for our own liberation, ladies and gentlemen. Right? It's good to be a student, but it's not cool to be at the same level of the class all the time. You need to be a top student. You need to be a prefect of the class. We just need all prefect of the class. You understand? And no matter how long that takes, as long as you're working at it, because it is what it is. Hey, put some effort. Put some effort, because guess what? You know what? You getting more engaged is going to make the class better. Anywhere you are, any platform you are, you being more engaged is going to make it better. Because you're probably going to come across something and find something and view something in a perspective based off the evidence that another person might not view it. It didn't click to them, but somehow it clicked to you. And you bring that forth, so you bring value to the whole conversation. And the truth will set you free. It's liberating. So why not? Why not? Yeah, man. Boy.
Really kind of say, no, we have to hold them people accountable.
Ooh, this is going to be tough, boy.
And they're coming after you by creating and fabricating all these kind of things. No, Regine, it has to work. It's not how it work. No, so you have to assemble what you need to assemble right now and let us all know how we can help, because I am here, ready and willing to work with you.
All right. Brethren, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Those words mean a lot to me. And for all of you in the chat, as student, unity is strength. Yeah, and really, this has lifted my spirits, because I have to tell you, I was down in the doldrums today after I read it. I was down in the doldrums, and even though I try to kind of like shrug it off, couldn't shrug it off, because it's one thing when somebody says to you that they heard that some people were talking and said certain things about you. I can shrug that off. I can, no problem. But when you see it in writing, and it's gone global, and they're saying that, when I saw it, and I tried not to make any judgment and say, well, I knew that I didn't file late, so they must be referring to me, but I said, I'll wait. And then when I got this piece now from won't mention any source, but I got that piece saying this piece came from them. And what they're saying is that you are the candidate that was rejected on the 5.2 because you're a convicted criminal and you have been declared bankrupt. I mean, think about how, and you know, here's another thing.
Wow.
My two sons.
Wow. And then they put it in the cleaner about what you have to be and all of that. So they set the precedents. So they put it in the cleaner and then they sent out this to the world, because remember, it's all around the world, it's the diaspora. So now Mr. Really Rattigan, not how you doing, Mr. Really Rattigan is being looked at as a criminal, a convicted criminal around the world. Yo, this is not gonna end well for these people, bro. Yeah, this is not gonna end well at all. But I am not going to go any further tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to come on and talk about this interesting article that I saw in the paper of, and is Andre sent it to me, in channel, you know. Andre Stevens sent it in the chat. You say what? I never see that article come. I always go up on the green, you know. But I do some other thing, man. You know what I mean? Me never did recheck. I know sometimes I saw the article they miss it. But mighty God of Daniel, ladies and gentlemen. A doctor, you know, a medical doctor, for those that are just coming in, was caught by CTAC and two other individuals, two women and a man, right? And they are being charged. Well, the medical doctor is being charged for fraud. Let me just give you the details before I go. But those just coming. This was the main reason why I went live. Alright? Main reason why I went live. I've been here need to go and sit down somewhere in the senator chat their foolishness. But JLP is a transparent and accountable government. You're like, bro, what? Have you read the Auditor General report? That is the definition of not being transparent and not being accountable. There's no way to be accountable. There's no accounts. There is no paperwork, bro. None. What are you talking about? Colleen, bless up yourself, man. You know, Mr. Erd, I always say I never end the live now and then we have one next half an hour. Damn. Why can't I read this article anymore? Why is it telling me that the page is not available? That's messed up. I was reading it earlier. Let me go to the history. Yeah, I was reading it earlier, so I don't know why it's not opening up. Alright, so shift. Alright, so shift and T. Alright.
It will be a short.
I'm calling.
So in can.
Let's see if anything I go see that? Yes. Here's the details, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta know the tech, man. Gotta know the tech. So this doctor, 30-year-old medical doctor, among three charges, alleged defrauding hundreds of millions of dollars from several financial institutions, ladies and gentlemen. Institutions, you know. MOCA has charged Chloe Dewitt, a medical doctor from Cherry Gardens in St. Andrew, with uttering forged documents, demanding property on forged documents, conspiracy to defraud, and failure to safely store a firearm. Ladies and gentlemen, these people, MOCA said, right? Allegedly, suspects use fraudulently obtained genuine documents with forged identification to assume the identities of multiple individuals in order to bypass security and identification verification measures at a number of financial institutions. What does that mean? 007 vibes. The people them walking at the place with fake identification, pretending to be somebody else to bypass security measures at financial institutions. Allegedly. And they use this sophisticated method and fraud scheme to rob allegedly hundreds of millions of dollars. 3 people, allegedly. Now there's a lot of questions to ask from this now. Could it be that there's other people involved that are higher up? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But the question should be asked. Listen to what Mr. Master Jarrett said. The man said this is one of the most elaborate, complex, and brazen fraud schemes we have seen to date. To date. The most elaborate, complex, and brazen fraud schemes we have seen to date. The man said the suspects relied on unprecedented levels of identity manipulation to defeat institutional safeguards and defraud legitimate financial institutions of hundreds of millions of dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, is our money safe? Is our money safe? Is your money safe? Thank you so much, Rastafari. Is our money safe at these financial institutions when you have people playing Mission Impossible and making it possible by going by all the safeguards, then passing them with fraudulent documentation? I mean, come on, hundreds of millions of dollars. Not 1 million, hundreds, plural, of millions of dollars. We'll soon hear more details, ladies and gentlemen, about how much hundreds of millions them defraud. Claiming even property through fraudulent documentation. Yo, this is unbelievable. I've never heard no shit like this before. And if you watch back the replay on my YouTube, you realize how shocked I was. Like, wait, what? Hold up, let me see what. Because I had to read it again and like, hold up. So they means that them go at the physical institution, pass the security with fake ID, to get inside and rob the institutions of hundreds of millions of dollars. And them say, listen, it happened right between January 2023 and April 2024. So more than 1 full year, them when I run this scheme. You know. That means them do multiple financial institutions. You know. Yo, them people are brave. Yo, I don't know where they came up with this. But yo, they is on some other level, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, we can't wait for you when the rest of the blogger them have to say about this. This has to be something to talk about tomorrow. Honestly, it has to be something to talk about tomorrow, guys. So blessings to everybody that are running now. For real, for real. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. So brother Bolo VNR, all my people on TikTok, go to my bio and subscribe to my YouTube page, alright? Because I'm not going to be on TikTok all the time to go live. Trust me, most of the time, it's probably gonna be one YouTube or two YouTube pages. Like I'm on two right now, but most of the time it's gonna be one consistently. There will be not enough devices to go on TikTok most of the time. I don't want to miss anything, yes? God bless you guys. See you guys later. YouTube, hit the like button before the leave, please. Thank you. Alright, I'm out. Respect.